Hard work. Hard work. Hard work. Hard work. Work. There you go.
Forward.
Hard work. Hard work. Hard work. Hard work. Hard work. Work. There you go.
Forward.
Hard work. Hard work. Hard work. Hard work. Hard work. Work. There you go.
Forward.
Hard work. Hard work. Hard work.
Fall in.
Hey, what's good? What's good? What's good with y'all this morning? It's your boy Trey, and you know what it is. E2G Sports Network presents First Formation Morning Sports Talk. So come in and fall in with your favorite vets in the net as we get to talking about what has been going down on, in, and around sports and anything else that comes up during this time frame which we're on. How y'all doing this morning? I hope y'all week is going exquisitely well. I know some people are out there, got a couple of things going on as this weather sweeps through. Stay safe out there. Of course, traveling graces to everyone, each and everyone that has to commute back and forth. For those that are at home in their office, at their home offices doing work, hey, happy for you. So what's good? Holla at your boy. Of course, everyone is being affected by this for the most part, even in or around sports. As teams such as the Wizards and Pistons games get postponed because if you're trying to get out the Dallas area, especially for those Texans, it's pandemonium there. Like I said, the Detroit Pistons played against the Dallas Mavericks not too long ago, a couple of days ago, and they as of yesterday were still stranded in Texas, not even being able to fly out of Texas to get home so they could have hosted Washington Wizards for last night. Additionally, the New Orleans Pelicans were supposed to fly into Dallas so they could be prepared to play them, I believe, tonight, in which they're potentially going to be postponed. We don't know yet how it's going to all go down. And, of course, after that, the Pelicans fly back home as they get ready to play the Los Angeles Lakers on February the 4th. So it's not just affecting us little folk down yonder, down here. It's affecting everyone in some way, form, or fashion. But in any case, let's get into this. Let's talk some NBA. Last night, top contender Memphis Grizzlies hosted the Portland Trailblazers in Memphis. Trailblazers led by Dame, 42 points, 8 rebounds, 10 assists. Anthony Simons contributed with 26 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 11 points, 11 rebounds from Drew Eubanks, 18 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist from Jeremy Grant. Josh Hart contributed 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 5 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists from Trenton Wofford. Shaden Sharp with 9 points, and Nasir Little 2 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist on the night. For the Grizzlies, Ja Morant, 32 points, 9 rebounds, 12 assists, double-double with the assists. 18.7 rebounds from Jerry Jackson Jr. Xavier Tillman contributed with 4 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, 10 points, 2 rebounds from Santa Adama, 8.7 rebounds, 2 assists. Brandon Clark, Tyus Jones, 6 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. And Danny Green, as he returned as expected, February 1st, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 rebounds, 3 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist in 10 minutes of play. If you count them all up, in-state is Portland gets the dub, winning 122 to 112. With the win, they are 1 game below 500, 25 and 26. Memphis Grizzlies 32 and 19 on the season. Bishop, what's good with you, brother? What's going on, man?
WGO, what's going on, man? How y'all doing, man? First, let me say, past 2 days with this weather, baby girl here, man, missed it. Missed the show. I missed the fact that I didn't get to talk noise about somebody saying the Lakers was gonna do something, and they lost to the Nets.
Actually, no, we beat the Knicks. We lost to the Nets.
I said y'all lost to the Nets. That's what I said.
I said we was going to lose to the Nets.
No, you actually
the only thing I said was that what I said is that Russ was going to drop 30, but I said
he did not.
Lose. No, he didn't drop 30.
He did not.
He didn't get it. He got close to a triple double, but he didn't drop 30.
Okay, and we didn't have AD.
Yeah. I said that's why y'all should lose. Y'all without KD.
Exactly. That's why we should lose. You just said that.
No, that's why y'all shouldn't lose.
Oh.
Yeah, I expect
we should lose because we don't have KD.
Well, y'all didn't have KD, but I expected us to lose potentially because we didn't have LeBron nor AD. So that's why I expected.
But y'all had Russ.
Yeah, we had Russ, but he wasn't enough.
So it was about even then, either way.
No, it was not even.
How is it not?
You see how much we lost.
Let me ask you this: who got more stars on the floor, on the court, out of them two teams?
Right now, they're even. At that point, they were
I just said that, and you said no. I just said they're about even.
Yes, we had Russ. Y'all had Kyrie.
That's it.
I think y'all had Ben too.
Oh, don't you do that. If that's the case, we're gonna add Patrick Beverly to yours. We're gonna say y'all had Patrick Beverly.
Yes. That is nowhere close.
Are you serious? Are you gonna seriously say that on even each other?
Are you telling me y'all want Patrick Beverly?
Huh?
Are you telling me y'all want Patrick Beverly? You would rather
what I'm telling you is no.
Exactly.
What I'm telling you, they're even. If we get Patrick Beverly, it ain't no difference.
It's even. You are saying that Patrick Beverly's even with Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons, yes.
Stop it, Ben Simmons.
If not better, Patrick Beverly at least put up points. Ben don't put up no points.
But he contributes in other ways.
It ain't points. They even, bro. Anybody that's on here to say that's an even trade right there. That's even. You ain't losing nothing and you ain't gaining nothing. It's an even trade. If you flip them two from each team,
I hope someone sends this show and that clip to Ben, and so he can sit up and
you know that trade. Don't do that, Trey. You know that's an even trade. Trey, you know that's an even trade. Don't do that. You know that's an even trade. Even. Ain't nobody gonna be like, oh, they got the advantage. No, nobody gonna say, oh, that's even. Everybody gonna be like, yeah, that's about an even trade. You ain't losing nothing, you ain't gaining nothing. I don't even know why you made the trade. Y'all might as well have kept who you had because it's even Steven.
You are wilding for real.
I'm just saying, bro.
You are wilding early this morning.
I'm not wilding, man. How y'all doing on this Thursday, though? This Friday Eve, man. How's everybody living? You know, we getting days and days closer to, what you see in my background. That right there, that's what we getting days and days closer to what you seeing in the background. You know what I'm saying?
If you can hear thoughts in my head and what words I'm using, choice words I'm using.
Hey, thoughts. It's good. You have those thoughts, bro. I mean, you just got to get prepared for next season.
That's how you gonna do me.
Focus on next season.
Get ready for next this August.
That's it. Get ready for August,
the draft. Get ready for the draft.
That's right. That's first up. Draft. Where you at on the draft? Get your draft board together. Make your moves for the draft, stuff like that, man. Because right now only two teams are playing for the remainder of the season. That's all we got, bro. That's all we got.
2 teams left. 1 day. 2 teams. 1 day. A bunch of media. All day. You ever been to the Super Bowl? Let me see. Other games last night, of course, as we stated, the postponement of the Warriors and Detroit Pistons games due to the weather delays getting out of Dallas. So we'll keep moving right along.
My bad, man. I don't know what it be going on when we get these freezes. My internet just be acting a dump. My bad, bro. My bad. I don't know why it does that, but let's give flowers to where flowers are due. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and put these flowers out for this young man right here because he's the only man in NFL history that can do that. You got to give him GOAT status. He's pulling the Michael Jordan with he got all one hand filled. He got almost half the other hand filled.
I talked about it yesterday, and as I went over his stats and was talking about it as we were saying he's finally decided to call it quits. I guess when you look at it, you're right, Bishop. When you look at it, I guess you could say you're right. He has achieved
The ultimate.
89,000 passing yards regular season,
Golly.
13,000 passing yards postseason.
89,000. Wow.
He's number one in all those categories. 10 times to the championship, to the Super Bowl. Walked away with 7 rings.
Gotta get that man props, man. Like,
who were the teams in which they lost to?
Man, who didn't they lose to? I mean, who didn't? You said who they lost to in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, the Super Bowls.
Us.
They lost to the Giants twice.
Giants twice. Us.
Okay, so that was what it was. That's what. No, that's what. No, it was the Giants. It was the Giants. It was the Giants twice and y'all.
And us. Yeah, that's it.
So the Eagles and the Giants.
Yeah.
NFC East. That NFC East. And you know what's funny?
We one of the ones that slayed the Giants.
No, so we're not going to do that.
Yes,
so
we were.
What's funny is when you look at it, you know who Tom Brady had the hardest chance time with in his career, what division he had the most fits with in his career in regular season?
Who?
The NFC West.
Mm.
I think he's overall his career versus the NFC West was 10 and 11 and 10.
Mm.
But every other division he had no loss. He had an immense amount of. There was a different disparity between their win loss. But against the NFC West, he was 11 and 10.
Okay.
In which the Seattle Seahawks he went 2-2 against in his career, and he went 2-2 against his career against the San Francisco 49ers.
Mm.
I know he went 5-1 against the Eagles when you look at it.
But we the one that slayed them we the only ones to beat them in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that was
y'all didn't. Y'all didn't.
We could pay him in the Super Bowl.
Oh, that's why you got to get there first.
Keep in mind.
Okay.
Let's remember perspective. So I'm not going to let you rile me because you're currently going. Yes, you're currently going to the Super Bowl, but let's keep in mind the 49ers have been to the Super Bowl 8 times.
It don't matter how many times you've been.
How many times has the Eagles been?
It don't matter how many times
you just said you got to get there first.
You got to get there first.
You got to get there
you can win. But even when you get there, I guess what? Y'all been 8 times and have won how many?
5.
Y'all been there 8 times. How many times have y'all been in there in the last since 2010?
Twice.
And how many have you won?
We lost them both. We lost.
Okay.
We lost to Baltimore, and then we lost to Kansas City.
Okay, we've been there. I think since 2010. I think we've been there twice.
Yeah, you're 1-0.
We're 1-1. We lost when we had Donovan McNabb and Terrell Owens. But we won when we had Nick Foles.
Oh yeah, and y'all won when y'all had and y'all about to lose.
And now we're going again.
Jalen Hurts. Yeah.
Now we're going again. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, has it been 3 times? Okay, it's been 3 times. Thank you, Don. I thought it was only 2.
When you count this one, it's 3 times.
Oh well, yeah. If you count this one, it's 3rd. Yeah. Right. Okay. So yeah, if you count this one. Last Super Bowl y'all won.
Off, y'all.
No, last Super Bowl y'all won.
Or was it? We haven't won one in lately.
In a while. Probably around the same time it's been for about Dallas, huh? Around that time.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So y'all in the same boat. Y'all in the boat with the Cowboys.
Since you want to bring up old stuff. No, it's a difference. We are not in the same boat. We haven't won since then, but we have been a couple of times.
I said almost in the same boat as the Cowboys.
We've been to the Super Bowl in the last decade. Well, we haven't been in the last decade, but the decade before, just 2 years,
just before the decade.
Yeah, in the last 2 decades, we've been to the Super Bowl twice.
With no wins. 1994, the last time Niners won. Wow, thanks, Don. Appreciate 94. Ooh, where was I at? Ooh, I had just came in the military for the most. I had been in.
I just got
have
out of
been
high
in
school.
for about
Matter of
2
fact, that
years.
Super Bowl, that's when we smacked the San Diego Chargers 55-10 because I was in basic training.
Yeah, I was only in the military for 2 years.
Matter of fact, I was in Fort Sill in basic training. I remember looking at they allowed us to look at it in the day room.
As a matter of fact, I was just yeah. And now I've been retired almost 10 years. Oof.
So what are you saying, Bishop?
No, I'm not saying anything, man. I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying I'm looking forward to this next Super Bowl, guy. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
They was gonna beat the brakes off y'all.
Who say what?
They're gonna
What'd you
beat
say?
the brakes off y'all.
You hope, or you said they will?
They will.
Oh, I love it when he says that, because when it doesn't happen, so y'all already know who he picking for the Super Bowl. Y'all got
I didn't say that. I just said they're gonna beat the brakes off y'all.
Y'all got it. Y'all heard it here first.
I did not definitively.
February the 2nd, 10 days before the actual Super Bowl, Trey stated
I did not definitively state that that's who I'm going with. I'm just projecting potential. They beat the brakes off y'all.
Let's go.
That is so. I can't wait. But you know what? Let's stay in this NFL thing. We can get back to the NBA talk in a moment. So, Bishop, as we was just saying, you think Tom Brady? Well, I'm very sure it's a consensus, no matter who you speak to. First ballot.
Absolutely. That's no. What? As a matter of fact, right? When they put out the list, when they say when they're not even gonna put Tom on the list when they come out. It's going straight to Hall of Fame people. They're not even putting him on the list. The list don't even consist of.
He's just gonna be one. He's just gonna be one.
Yeah, he's gonna be the first NFL player ever to not even be put on the list. And when his 5 years is up, which puts him at what, 2028?
2028.
Yeah, 2028. When 2028 comes up, he won't even be on the list. He'd be the first NFL player in history to not even be put on the list because he's automatically being inducted right out the gate. Right out the gate, without question. Without question, he's not going to be on the list. First ballot? What? Boy, if that dude is not first ballot, there will be a boy.
And you know what's crazy, in which I perceive that all these quarterbacks are going to end up going, because now there's like, this is the end of an era. So the end of the era, it was six quarterbacks that they had. Basically, that says with Tom Brady leaving is the end of the era. Tom Brady was one. Ben Roethlisberger. Philip Rivers.
He retired last year, right? Year, or was it this year? Was it this year? This season was when he retired.
This was the first season. Yeah, this season. Right. So Ben Roethlisberger, of course, Drew Brees, Philip
Drew Brees
Rivers.
Was this year too or last year? Philip ain't retired yet.
Philip Rivers retired.
Oh, I'm thinking about, you know what? I'm thinking about Matty Ice. Okay, yeah.
So it was Philip Rivers,
Drew Brees,
Ben Roethlisberger, Drew Brees, Tom Brady, and then it was two more. One of them was the Manning brothers, Peyton Manning and Eli Manning. They said end of the era. End of the era.
But both didn't been out.
They all came in around the same time.
Oh, came in around the same time. Got you.
Yeah, but
got you.
Yeah, and they're both. So of course, I think of course Peyton. So do you think all six of them are they? Is it guaranteed? Guaranteed jackets?
Only person out of those six that probably would not be a first ballot is probably Philip. It's probably Philip.
He got the
numbers.
He got numbers.
Yeah, he got the numbers. He
ain't got no hardware though.
He has no hardware out of all the other five. He has no hardware, which doesn't necessarily mean you need the hardware to become Hall of Fame. The numbers do matter a lot. However,
but so he's going to be
the other five.
So it's funny that you say that, right? It's so funny that you say that. So what about people that he's potentially going to be up against in that same class in voting that has hardware? Only thing is they're not quarterbacks, possibly. So we know if he's up against any of them five, because he retired. If he retires, so he's potentially going to be up against, I think, Drew Brees, maybe.
Right, Drew Brees,
and I think even maybe Eli as well. No, because Ben Well, maybe is he
No.
up against Ben?
When did Rivers retire? Was it before?
I think he retired at the
year?
same time. I think he retired at the same time in which the same time which Ben. It was even with Breeze or after Breeze, which I think if
Which
he
is right
retired,
before Ben.
so they're all
right?
within the same time. So he might not be up against them, but he's going to be up against other people who haven't
Right.
made it yet, in which he's going to eat up a number to where if he's not guaranteed, like you said, the other 5 were, it's going to be a problem for him because he's going to be up against people who are still on the list that probably almost made it or should have made it. So I don't. So, but I can understand what you're saying. Like he might be one of those people that's sitting on the outside looking in. Probably not guaranteed why his other everyone else goes in at the same time. Let me see. When did
This is what Tom Brady did in his 20s, in his 30s, and in his 40s. He look at this significant incline he had from his 20 to his 30s. 20,000 more or 19,000 more rushing yards. Then he declined slightly from his 30s to his 40s. Wasn't a huge decline, but 13,000. Passing TDs, 3 Super Bowls in his 22 and 2 in his 30s and 40s. 2-time MVP in his 30s, 1-time MVP in his 40s. No MVP in his 20s at all. But he had 3 Super Bowl rings.
Yeah,
he's a GOAT, man.
Yeah, he's
you got to give him this.
You know what? In my opinion, it's almost more definitive than Michael Jordan. I mean, when you look at who we call GOATs, it's more definitive than Michael Jordan.
You almost have to look at it as that because like that's crazy to see the numbers.
Like we don't sit up and say there's no conversation about who is the GOAT along or who challenges him for a GOAT. It's just you just look at him as saying his numbers just yell at you, as opposed to when you look at Michael Jordan, you still have the conversation of LeBron is knocking on his door. People tend to think Kobe. I don't think Kobe's in that conversation. Love him, but I don't think he's in that conversation. And it's just he's defended. No matter you can't deny.
There's no one putting him in the or comparing him.
There's no comparison to
no
what
one.
you're saying. There's no one that's he's definitely above tier, and there's others chasing him.
He's definitely tier 1 by himself with no one close by. I think NBA is rigged. What? I just wanted to get that out there.
So I look at it.
It's crazy you say that Anthony Price because someone just spoke about that earlier, but we'll get on that.
Phillip Rivers isn't going to be in the same voting class as Drew Brees.
Drew Brees, right? I figured that.
So that's already one down. Drew is probably, I'm sure.
Drew gonna get in way before he do. Yeah, Drew gonna get in before he do for sure. In my opinion, he's definitely gonna get in before
y'all with these damn asterisks. This dude with asterisks.
Y'all still have to put an asterisk about Jordan since he took those 2 years off to play baseball. Who knows what numbers he would? That's true. That's true, Andre. That's facts. That's facts. But you can't necessarily put an asterisk on it because that was Jordan's choice. It's not. This is a different asterisk compared to the bubble asterisk. You know what I'm saying? That's 2 different asterisks. There's a different asterisk.
There is not. Why do you continue to say we need?
I'm just saying it's a different asterisk because there was not as many games.
They played the same amount of games. Let's keep it in perspective.
No, they did not.
Right? Again,
they did not play the same amount of games.
Yes, they did. The perspective is the bubble was created specifically.
They played all 82 games.
No, the bubble was created for the playoffs. They played all the playoff games that were supposed to be played.
The playoffs, but did they play the entire 82 game season though?
They did not.
So then that's why their asterisk is there. They did not play a full 82 game season. That's what I'm saying. You have to put an asterisk by because we don't know how many games did they end up playing? 50? Wasn't it like 50? I think it was 50 something games.
So with that being playoffs.
With that being said, you cannot because
that's why they froze him because they was like he's talking nonsense.
If they only play 30 games. 30 games can change the whole dynamics of a playoff seat. What year was that? 2019, right?
2020.
2020.
It was the COVID year.
2020, that's right.
So they call it the NBA. Wikipedia calls it NBA bubble. So I'm trying to see 22 teams. 22 teams went into the bubble.
Okay.
So that was
22 teams out of how many?
teams. There was 16 out of 30 teams. So 16 plus the it was 16 teams. Of course, 16 teams were there because those were the 16 teams that played in the playoffs. And there were additional 2 teams from each conference that had an opportunity that were on the cusp of getting into the playoffs that allowed them to play. So had the Portland Trailblazers, no different from a regular season, because in that year the Phoenix Suns went 8-0 in the bubble for their last couple of games. That in any other instances, had it not been just like anything else, because Portland on the tiebreaker, they were not able. So Phoenix went on an 8-0 run to finish out the game, to finish out the bubble, their regular season, but because Portland was ahead of them and had won again, had tiebreakers won over them, Portland got the nod. Phoenix did not. So only teams that had a chance currently, what we use as the current system for the play-in, was what was enacted during that bubble, to which afforded opportunity for them to get in. They just didn't. So that's why it's not an asterisk in a sense, because only thing is it was a bubble. True enough, everyone played in the same condition. No
sir.
family. It was like a hardship tour. It was like a hardship tour. You ever been on? You had a hardship tour? You been on hardship tours? Or Korea? You been to Korea?
Are you really finna compare a hardship tour to some guys playing in a basketball game in the States in a bubble? There was nothing hardship about that whatsoever.
The bubble lasted from,
it doesn't matter,
July 2nd to October 11th.
Okay. July 2nd to October 11th. So August, September, October, 2 months? That ain't even a rotation.
July. So let's say August.
That's not even a rotation, bro. That's not a rotation even for the Air Force.
That's an NTC rotation.
Stateside. So that's not a hardship or a what did you call it? It's not a thank you. Was the bubble season in Disney? Thank you.
Come on, it's not like they went and partaken in Disney. They had everything brung into them.
Were they under fire?
Think about the name. Think about the name.
Were they under fire?
No, they wasn't under fire.
Okay. Think about this name. Was there a chance for loss of life?
There's always a chance for loss of life.
No.
But not that particular time. Not under that. You wouldn't expect anyone to get a loss of life.
That part.
Think about this name.
Where does the hardship come into play, Trey? That's what I want to know. Hardship.
Think about this name.
Hardship.
I'm gonna tell you. This name alone is for something. Break it down for you. Think about this name. Lemon Pepper Lou. How did we get the name Lemon Pepper Lou? How did the name Lemon Pepper Lou come about?
I have no idea. Who is that?
Lemon Pepper Lou is Lou Williams. Lou Williams left the bubble to go to some family business, and while he was at the family business and he was away during that weekend, he stopped by a particular strip club to go get some lemon pepper wings that were said to be exquisitely delicious from Magic City.
Mind you, now, this is a hardship tour, but he going into a strip club to get some lemon pepper wings.
Come on, Bishop, don't do that. So I've never been to a strip club in my life, so I can't sit up and say what the delicacies of
they do be having
some
good food in there.
I don't know. I don't know. See, everyone talk about the wings. So I've never been, but it's been various players. It's been various players that stated that the wings is fire. So you know what I'm saying? I'm talking to you. It's like, but you know what I'm saying. So, but I've never been to a strip club, let alone Magic City. So, Lemon Pepper Lou, he went to go get the lemon pepper wings. Think about it, because you and Herc are lemon pepper connoisseurs. Whenever we were at a crossing, y'all is always like, one day the wings look so good you was eating. I was like, dang, those joints look good. So I sit up and go down. I go get lemon pepper wings when I'm somewhere.
Yeah, lemon pepper is the go-to wings right there. If you can't make lemon pepper wings, that means you can't make wings.
Yeah, I'm more of a garlic parmesan person. But the those lemon pepper wings you got, I don't even mess with B-Dubs, but the lemon pepper wings you had that day at B-Dubs, I can't remember what crossing it was. I was like, yo, those joints look scrumptious.
Bro, so the rims, it look like the wings good, but from a strip club, I don't know about that. Them joints must be spicy. No, they go hard, Anthony. I'm telling you, man. I don't know what it is about strip club food, but strip club food go hard. I don't know what they be doing, Bishop. They spicy ranch wings from the theater was fire. Facts. They were.
So you know what I'm saying? So just think about it. So Lemon Pepper Lou, well, that's how they got the name, because he went there. Somehow it was given that he was there because he wasn't supposed to go anywhere except for where he had to go and come back, because at the time they were still doing the quarantine and all that type of stuff.
Don. The wings, thighs, breasts, and G-strings of.
So
I can't with you, Don.
So that's why I say, so bringing all that back, that comes back
to
bro,
ain't nothing like eating some wings. Ain't nothing like eating some wings, right? You eating wings and looking at strippers and like,
I have no idea. I can't relate.
You be like, man,
that's how it be.
Hey, and fool around. You be fooling around. You eating, all of a sudden you be like, damn. You don't know if to be mad or be like, well, I'm not too mad because what I see. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. I like hots only. I feel you. I feel you, Anthony. I feel you, man. Hey, good food in scenarios are good. Come tell them again. Let's tell them again. Ain't nothing like being able to be entertained and your belly full all at the same time. I'm just saying. It's good. It's good service. Good service.
So back.
But they did play 72 games actually.
They played 72. They were 10 games short. And so when you look at that, the hardship comes in. Not saying, like you said, they weren't under fire. I'm not trying to say, but I'm saying in retrospect, in perspective, they had to all use the same barber, but they brought in some fire barbers. I heard no family. There were no fans. They all played under the same conditions, in which was said to be grueling conditions for the most part.
What was grueling about it, Trey? In your opinion, if you had to think about, I know you don't know for sure, but can you please explain to me what could possibly be grueling about that? And just in your opinion,
think about when we on deployments. That alone,
you cannot compare the two, bro.
Why can you not?
Because they're in luxury hotels when they leave that damn bubble. They get luxury food when they order out food. What else do you? I mean, what else do you want? You go into a gym to play basketball, you play the game, you leave, go back to your luxury suite. I'm sorry, it ain't just a hotel, it's a suite. 9 times out of 10, they're in suites. We don't have any of that type of luxury during any type of deployment.
So, Andre, I'll let you
Thank
know
you.
this,
Don't
right?
ask me how I know.
Hold up. I'm here at Fort Polk. JRTC Fort Polk.
Been there.
Readiness Training Center, Fort Polk.
Been there.
Sometimes I DoorDash. Do you know where I get the biggest tips and stuff from DoorDashing?
Where?
People who are ordering DoorDash that are here on training, curbside, pulling up to the bungalows. They here from Hawaii to do a training. They get in DoorDash.
Okay, that's fine. Are they indoors or outdoors? In the field.
They're outdoors. They're in the elements, and they're pulling up. They set up an ordering.
Guess what? The DoorDash.
Like, hey, I'm at this. I'm here.
The DoorDashes that they doing at the hotel probably ain't DoorDashing. For one, they probably not letting the DoorDash dude even come up to the room, and they're not DoorDashing, wings and stuff like they may not be, but either way, they getting steaks, lobster tails, shrimps and scampies.
All I'm saying is that at that
what hardship do they have, Trey?
I'm just saying they're taken away from their usual element, which makes it, in a sense, the hardship in which I speak of. When you think about the times in which you were at NTC, JRTC, or anything like that for them 30 days, right? Think about, or even to sit up and be, because the whole time I've been here, we all know the boxes, the boxes even in Yakima, NTC or JRTC. The box is in those areas, and here in JRTC. The only box I've been to is NTC. The one time I was supposed to schedule to go to the box here, I didn't end up going. I forgot why I didn't go, but I didn't go. So, in all that being said, there's always, you sit there. Imagine sitting here at home. I live on the installation, but I'm out doing training, quote unquote. I'm playing basketball and I can't go home because I'm out there doing training. That can be a particular hardship for 30 days because it alters what my usual is. And so that's the only reason I'm saying that can be a hardship, where it's like, okay, this is what I'm doing. When I'm off, I can't go anywhere. I have to sit here and wait. The only difference is they had an opportunity.
Why they couldn't go anywhere?
Because they were in the bubble.
They weren't limited to not being able to go nowhere.
Yeah, they were. They couldn't leave because of quarantine. And
you believe they held on? You believe they held to that?
Yeah, they had to because it was a whole pandemic going on.
So you mean to tell me you believe everybody that's in the field or deployed held to what they were supposed to do while they were?
Oh, we know they didn't, because I'm very sure you did. How many times did you? But again, exactly. You're not quarantined. Are you not? Are you quarantined? No, you're not quarantined.
Not quarantined, but you're supposed to not be out your hooch, or you're not supposed to be doing this, or you're not supposed to be doing that. Still, and you still did it. You mean to tell me?
Hold on. Are you trying to say I didn't do anything? I said where I was supposed to. Don't try to set up and paint no pictures like I did. I get where you're going with it, and you're gonna say I did. I was where I was supposed to be. I was where I was supposed to be. 40% of the time.
Yeah, 40. Thank you. I appreciate you throwing that out there. This is how I feel about exactly what you just said. I'm just gonna leave it at this. I mean, this is exactly how I feel about what you said. But anyhow, as I was saying, you're crazy if you think them guys did not leave that room for whatever reason. Mom, they may not get caught? Absolutely.
Well, someone did. They did get caught because one of the dudes got sent though. Some of them got sent away because supposedly somehow a lady. They found the lady in one of the rooms and all this type of stuff. There was all kinds of stuff going on.
I thought so. So you're not gonna sit here and tell me they held to that quarantine? No,
they are, because he had to leave due to the fact that
people wasn't listening to it. Everybody wasn't listening to it. I'm guaranteeing you that the majority of them, he just the only one got caught. Or the ones that got caught. Other ones, depending on who the player was, some of them probably paid the doorman. Don't you say nothing. You did not see me. I'm going out this back door. If the alarm go off, tell them it's faulty.
Matter of fact, they couldn't even DoorDash. They had people got caught because they were still having DoorDash pulled up outside.
That part, Anthony.
Outside.
Anthony.
Yeah, someone did.
That part, Anthony. Come on, bro. You're not gonna get me to believe that, bro.
Yeah, someone got paid. And I'm very sure he lost. See, again, so that what I'm saying, it was plenty of, it probably was a lot of that stuff going on, and people were getting caught.
Yeah. It happened.
So you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. But it's not an asterisk, is what I'm saying. It shouldn't be an asterisk. I mean, the only thing I can say the asterisk is because it wasn't played conventionally how other playoff games playoff series are played. But in-state it could have been considered harsh conditions due to the fact that everyone was under the same type of situation, and someone had to persevere. Someone had to persevere, and it just happened to be the Lakers. It just happened to be the Lakers that persevered. Everyone was under the same conditions.
You sound just like the Cowboys fan. The Cowboys fan talking about on the last loss Tom Brady took was to the Cowboys. So
it's true.
What does that mean? So what does that matter? It ain't like the Cowboys went to the Super Bowl.
If it came down, if it was $1 million question, if it was $1 million questions on a TV show, that is pertinent information. Who was the last team in which Tom Brady lost to?
That was not pertinent. That is not
the Dallas Cowboys.
That is not pertinent at all. That is not pertinent at all. Don't sit there and say that that's pertinent.
Look at Coach Cal. That's legendary. He said
that is not legendary. That is nowhere close to legendary. If the Cowboys had made the Super Bowl, then maybe it would be relevant. Right now, that is very irrelevant.
Who was the last team that Michael Jordan lost to?
Don't know.
See,
To be honest,
exactly. But we know who the last team that Tom Brady lost to.
Yeah, for now, because it just happened. Who was the last team Michael Jordan lost to? Trey?
Let me think about it. It was the Utah Jazz.
You sure?
Positive. Well, literally the last team he lost to was the Utah Jazz, because he lost. That's when he was his last championship, and they were in the series.
You do know you saying that's the last time. You do know he played at the Wizards. That part. Mm-hmm. That part. See, you don't know.
It was the Dallas Mavericks then.
Mm-hmm. See that part. See that part.
No, did he play that? That was his last team.
Yes, that was his last team. His when he was in his 40s, he played. The last team he played with was the Wizards. So his last game loss was with the Wizards, not with the Bulls. But everybody remembers the Bulls. The 76ers. Thank you, Calvin. 76ers. Thank you, Calvin. Thank you.
But I guarantee it's not going to take anyone as long to say who was the last team Tom Brady lost.
10 years for 10 years from now, it will. 10 years from now, it will.
What's going on, LaDonna? Glad to see you.
What's going on, LaDonna? How you doing? That's probably because it's fresh. Everybody knows it just happened a couple of weeks ago.
Exactly. See, it's going to be on Jeopardy. Who was
it? Ain't going to be on Jeopardy. Done. Stop it. It is not going to be on Jeopardy. Ain't nobody.
2023. Who was the last team that?
If it's on Jeopardy, guess what? Half of us won't still be here. 30 years from now, when they have Jeopardy, that's when they ask that question. They ain't finna ask nothing that recent.
It's gonna be
miss you too, LaDonna.
It's gonna be Tom Brady hosting at that time. It's gonna be a celebrity Jeopardy. Tom Brady's gonna be hosting. Who was the last
team you lost to, Tom? Before you retired. Nobody care about that. That's irrelevant.
It's
not pertinent. It's not. How? It's not pertinent at all. How? Explain, as my little brother used to say, explain. That makes no. No. Go Rihanna, really? That's what you looking forward to, LaDonna? Rihanna? I am too. I ain't gonna lie. I'm looking forward to my Eagles too, but I am looking forward to that halftime show. I ain't gonna lie. But I like Jalen more than Mahomes. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. I like it. Let it go. He don't. This guy here, he don't.
I did not confirm or deny.
He don't like.
I have not confirmed or denied.
Trey, who was the last team Jimmy G lost? Good one, Anthony. Boy, I love y'all, man. Y'all be on it, boy. Y'all be easy cues, bro. Riri got baby thick. You right. She did. After you had that baby, yes, she did. I ain't gonna lie. Trey, Anthony Price got a question for you, man. Who was the last, and better yet, who was the last team? Who was the last team that my man, what's his name?
Josh Johnson.
No. We know. That is not it. Who was the last team that Purdy lost to? It's not Purdy.
Well, to answer your question, Anthony, the last team Jimmy lost to was the Kansas City Chiefs. That was the last time the 49ers lost.
No, that's not the last time they lost. No, that's not true.
The regular season.
Okay, because that wasn't the last. You said
the last team Purdy lost to in the playoffs was the Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay. Is Purdy playing in 2023? That's a good question.
He's supposed to. Well, he's supposed to, but they're looking at.
He should be starting.
UCL. He's not going to start.
He should be starting.
He's not guaranteed to start.
Well, right now, yeah, his UCL. He's out for 6 months at the least right now. At 6 months, that injury he had, which is crazy. I didn't know that injury because when you look at it, it didn't look that bad.
So they went back, and it was initially reported that he was going to be out for Tommy John surgery, which of course that he would put him out the whole year. But they said there wasn't a confirmed. It wasn't a confirmed, a credible source. So it's out. It still hasn't been said whether or not he's going to have Tommy John surgery. And Tommy John surgery is a procedure in which a lot of pitchers get.
Pitchers do it. Yeah, it's a baseball, so-called baseball injury.
Yeah, so it's going to be. But if he comes to find out does have to have Tommy John surgery, then we won't see him next year. He'll be out just like Colin Kaepernick was during that time frame. So and then they just talk about they don't expect Jimmy Garoppolo to be around in the picture either. So.
See, that doesn't make sense. So it's possible that Purdy may not be back for the whole season. You got an injured Trey Lance. Right now, your healthiest quarterback is Jimmy G. Now,
but they would have to resign him.
Right, but right now you don't have nothing, and you don't have a first-round pick.
So think about it, right?
I'm listening.
The expectation is that Jimmy Garoppolo is not their franchise quarterback going forward. So they're looking at.
But you got 3 hurt quarterbacks, but with your best quarterback that's more than likely to come back from an injury more sooner than the other.
Yes, but they don't expect. They're not looking at keeping Jimmy Garoppolo around. Because
go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Yeah, so they're not gonna keep him around because you gotta think when they brung Jimmy back, he stopped. Don't play with me, LaDonna. Don't you dare stop that. No, she's talking about.
Oh, that ain't gonna happen.
Baker is available.
Y'all not gonna add. Yeah. No, you know what? You know what they've been talking about. I know you heard it, Trey.
What's that?
And I'm surprised you ain't said it.
What?
One of the teams that bad man, as Stephen A would say, could possibly go to is the 49ers. He is one of the teams that they're speaking of. It is definitely not out the question for Aaron Rodgers has already said it's not out the question that he may no longer be a Packer. He's waiting until after the Super Bowl to make his decision. But the 49ers is one of the teams that's there. A lot of analysts are saying should be on the list. It's the 49ers, it's the Jets, the Packers are still on there, the Titans, and who else? There's one other one. It's one other team. I can't think of the other one.
Nah. But it would make sense in a sense. I can see how it can make sense because it would give Brock the time to get under him. They can keep but it would be relegating Trey Lance to what the same thing in which Jordan Love had to go through. Like waiting in the weights to get back in there. So I don't think they're going to do that. Although I did see something where it talked about trading Trey Lance to somebody or a case like that. So I don't know. But
yeah, that was in talks. I heard about that too.
Yeah, trading him to Trey Lance to Tennessee or something like that.
Shade tweeted Kirk or Carr.
To who?
Who we talking about? Ain't but one team we talking about right now.
Nah, stop playing. Y'all bugging, man. Y'all with that stuff. You have a better chance of letting Josh Johnson start.
We don't want y'all. Don't need that. Watch them start, Josh. Aaron. Hey, I'm just telling them, Donna. That's what the word on the street is right now. That's what they saying, man. That's just. Oh, the Raiders was the other team. That's it. The Raiders. That's the 15.
That's where I think he would be going to the Raiders.
Aaron Rodgers. That's the 15.
That would be my thing. I think he would be going to the Raiders. And, but you know what? I probably wouldn't be mad. I think it's just too much that has went on in reference to the Jimmy G thing in San Francisco. That's why I was like, you know what? Just let it go. Because they had to sit up and construct the contract and stuff like that. That in the contract, it was stated that they were not going to attempt to franchise tag him the following year, and they will let him go into free agency. So he's going to go into free agency. Now, it's not to say that they probably won't get in free agency and try to bring him back, but at this point, let him go.
let me give you a scenario though, Trey.
Okay,
All
I'm
right.
listening.
So right now, y'all, we talk about Trey. We know Trey is still recovering from his knee surgery, right?
Mm-hmm.
Recovering from his knee surgery. Now we know what doesn't happen.
Foot surgery.
Huh? Foot
Foot
surgery. I'm
surgery.
sorry. Foot surgery. Okay, foot surgery. We know he's recovering from foot surgery. That's a big surgery. That's a huge obstacle to get over. We Purdy. The surgery in which they may be talking about doing for him. We talking from 6 months to the entire year going.
Mm-hmm. So he missed
Jimmy
the whole
G
year.
is done with his surgeries, all of
Mhm.
that. Now you have already stated that Trey Lance is y'all starting quarterback. Mind you, this is going into season. If Purdy gets the Jimmy John or the John or the surgery,
Tommy
he has
John
to
surgery.
Tommy
Mhm.
John's. Thank you. I knew it was something like that. Jimmy John talking about the sandwich or whatever. If he gets the Tommy Jimmy John's, but if he gets the Tommy John surgery, right? Well, you already said he's out for the year. So if he's out for the year, Trey Lance, we're just saying, if God forbid Purdy's out for the year, but if he's out for the year, you got Trey Lance. You ship off Jimmy G. You really, if Lance doesn't pan out, you're going back to Johnson.
So
go ahead.
I don't think Johnson is going to be around.
Okay, I'm glad you said that. So
he's not going to be around.
So now you don't have Johnson, you don't have Purdy, and you don't have Jimmy. What do you have left, Trey?
As Calvin said earlier, there are some good, solid QBs on the market this
Name
summer.
one that's available. Oh, outside of Aaron Rodgers, because we know he's available.
He's not necessarily available yet.
He will be.
You got think about you have Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold,
and don't forget Lamar.
Lamar, he's potentially going to be on the market if they don't resign him, or he's going to be franchise tag. You have Daniel Jones might be out there.
No, Danny ain't going nowhere. You talking about from the Giants?
New York, yeah.
Danny Dons.
So I think it's some serviceable quarterbacks out there. Now, of course, none of them might end up being in the 49ers camp, because what happens is if you get any of those, they're look at being starters. So what I think for the most part, and then again, I don't think they would want to bring in somebody. They want someone that's going to win.
Right.
But they don't want somebody, saying that's going to pay it. So like bringing in.
But listen to what you said though, Trey. Out of all the quarterbacks outside of maybe Lamar Jackson,
ain't none of them going to be
better than what you got with Jimmy. None of them.
I get it, but I think it's just a situation where it's too much has happened in that
I get it, but when it's hot, I get what you're saying, now, which makes sense. I totally understand what you're saying, but in hindsight, because of y'all situation,
you would think he would be the best. He would be the best candidate.
That's all I'm saying.
He already knows our offense. Saying
that's all I'm saying. You ain't got to teach him nothing. He's already in the system. I get what you're saying. When y'all ain't trying to bake the bank on somebody who y'all really don't want there. But in hindsight, because of y'all quarterback situation currently, all three of your quarterbacks are Purdy surgery, Lance surgery, Johnson.
Think if it was
concussion,
I think if they hadn't did that, I think if they hadn't done that situation to where they said they would not chase him in free, they would not chase him. They would not franchise tag him. I think that's what the situation would be. They would franchise tag him, and they would go ahead and pay him $32 million as a renter, and go ahead and then he'll perform. And then after he performed, then he'll be able to go the following year, go into free agency without any issue. But they can't, because the contract in which they signed with him put him to where he
can't be franchise tagged.
Where he's not supposed to be franchise tagged, and he's gonna get the opportunity to go into free agency. So it's unfortunate. And then we got people we got to sign. But of course, like I said, got the salary cap is going to be $224 million this year. I don't know. I had to look. I didn't look and see where we're at with the cap space for us. But I mean, it's there. I know the New Orleans Saints is $58 million over the cap currently. And then $40 million. Somebody has $40 million under the cap, and then the most is $90 million under the cap. He said the Jets quarterback. If y'all don't stop playing with me,
y'all give Mason Rudolph and Dwayne Haskins for a 7th round pick.
We're good. We're good. They're going to be okay. We have nothing to worry about.
Sure.
Yeah. So I mean, it's so I think we're good. I think we're going to be good going ahead.
I,
And so
I, I
I
love to
mean,
see this. I
we
can't
got
wait.
other things we got to worry about. We don't currently know who our
Isn't
defensive
that but isn't
coordinator
that y'all
is.
biggest obstacle though, Trey? That
But the
you say y'all
quarterback,
got other yes. That is y'all's biggest obstacle right now. Everything else really is irrelevant. If you don't have a quarterback who y'all can go into the next season with, that's y'all biggest concern right now.
nah, I think our biggest concern is finding. We got keep in mind.
So what is y'all biggest concern? What do you feel is y'all biggest concern?
Finding a defensive coordinator to replace D'Amico Ryan.
Okay. I could agree with that.
That's our strength. Yeah, that's our strength is the defense.
I can agree with that.
The defense allows us to have a mediocre quarterback for the most part. You know what I'm saying? All we got to do is so Chris Richards, you know what? Maybe I see Chris Richards is not coming back to New Orleans. So maybe Chris Richards gets employed and gets over to. I think we need an offensive coordinator. No, we good, Anthony.
Look at Anthony trying to get a win and wins now. I told y'all that dude wasn't nothing. He might be. He probably is available. He's probably another one who's available.
Nah, he ain't available.
You think Trey? You think Winston's gonna stay in? You think Winston's gonna stay in Washington? Seriously?
Yeah. I do. I think he's gonna get.
If he does, what
91 million. The Bears. The Bears has the biggest cap. They have 91 million in salary cap.
Yeah, they do.
Space.
They do. If Wentz stays there, old boy gonna get fired the next season.
Baby, I can see potential.
He's gonna get fired.
Well, it depends. I think it would depend on how, like, if it's clear and concisely that you can see that Wentz is the reason for problems.
No, Gino ain't going nowhere, Don.
Yeah, he's all right.
Gino ain't going nowhere yet.
Yeah, Sam Darnold.
Yeah, he said that. He said Sam Darnold, Donna. He said Sam Darnold.
So unless they decide to keep him, so it's like that. But unless I don't,
can y'all trade up in the draft?
They better not trade. We don't have any draft. Remember, we gave our number one. What's called has our draft.
Listen to what I'm saying.
No, we ain't trading up. They better not trade up.
Listen,
the last time we did that, we just talked Trey Lance.
Right, which I'm saying right now, with the fact that y'all have Trey Lance, could y'all possibly trade out?
I don't think so. You know why?
And get a draft pick.
I don't think so. You know why? Because it's still Trey Lance hasn't shown. As me as a GM, if I watch it, I'm looking. Unless I'm looking for something particular, I'm thinking to myself, Trey Lance ain't showed me nothing, good or bad. He hasn't showed me anything. So I would have to really have a bad situation. The only place in which I could see that would probably be desperate enough to bring in Trey Lance off of what he has did currently would be the Houston Texans.
I was just about to say it.
That's only based on the fact of they don't have anything to really go off of right now, and it had to be that Sean Payton is looking is like, I think I could do something with him. That's the only team right now that I could think of would be remotely even close to sit up and doing that. Besides that, I would take Jared Goff. I would take Jared Goff.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, I take Jared Goff. I don't see Houston doing that though, because they got a first round pick. There's no need in taking a hurt quarterback when they can get more of a healthy quarterback out the draft anyway.
Yeah, so that's just one. So that's why I said
Drew Lock.
They don't get no damn Drew Lock.
Drew Lock. I hope Houston doesn't just bring in anybody, because that place has been sitting the last head coaches up for failure. That's true. Saints for Trey. Ooh. Saints for Trey.
Nah, I don't think so. They ain't gonna do that
at all.
Trey Lance is gonna be the starter in San Francisco next year. Trey Lance will be the starter next year, in my opinion. Now I don't know who would be back up behind him. I know they're Gardner Minshew. Nah, he's good where he's at.
Did you say Gardner Minshew?
Yeah, that's what LaDonna said.
Yeah, he can stay.
He's good where he's at.
He can stay out here in Philly for a little bit. But we got the 9th pick, 10th pick in this upcoming draft. Even being in the Super Bowl, we still got the 10th pick. Thanks to Carson Wentz. We appreciate it.
But yeah, just like I was saying, LaDonna was saying, I think Trey's going to start the season next year. He'll have an opportunity to show that he is what he was drafted for, and go from there. Now, who's going to be behind him? I don't know. I know George Lynch and Kyle Shanahan are being huge supporters and trying to push the opportunity for the NFL to grant a emergency quarterback provision, so that way teams are able to carry more than one quarterback on their roster, on their on the rosters. So in the case of like what happened with San Francisco this past year, they had something. Uh, they couldn't carry more. We basically was down to our fourth string quarterback who had no burn whatsoever, and it ended up ending badly for us. So of course they're huge supporters of emergency quarterback provision, in which I get it. It makes sense. But I don't know who that emergency quarterback could have been that would have held. Like who would have been out there that we could have grabbed? Cam Newton? No, maybe not. I don't know who would have been serviceable.
Mm-hmm.
Fitzpatrick out the booth.
So Anthony, if he has to have that Tommy John surgery, it doesn't even matter because Tommy John surgery is gonna keep
the recovery
Purdy
is
out
the
year. He's gonna keep him out the entire season, so he won't even have a chance to outdo.
And then he has to come back and rehab and stuff. So he's going to be out extensively,
at least the whole season,
whole season, and then maybe half the season in the preseason. So he's going to be out for a second. So it's unfortunate. I mean, in any case, he made it look, and that's what San Francisco tends to all the time has. That unfortunately where we do a lot of having players that we know can perform, but they're injured, so we can't do it. Jerick McKinnon, he was on our rosters for 2 years before he even got a chance to play, but we couldn't hold him anymore. Jalen Hurd, he was of course expected to be a hell of a player with his tangibles, but he was on the roster too long. Couldn't hold him anymore. He stayed hurt, so we couldn't hold him. Had to let him go to make a room for someone else. So you know, what I'm saying now we have a Purdy that is going to possibly be, especially if it's Tommy John surgery, he's going to be in our roster for a while, not able to play, and you're going to have to look at certain positions. They're going to have to let him go. So I mean, that's just what it is. I think he's going to go through a rookie struggle, Calvin. I'm not going to lie to you. I think it's going to be because now people are going to look at, okay, this is the dude in which we already thought we had pegged. Now we got him pegged. You know what I'm saying? He's probably less. I don't know how explosive he'll be. Not to mention, but it's just so up in the air with Trey Lance because, in all honesty, the only thing they have on him is 8 games of film, in which he only played 2 games this year. He played sparingly in games last year, so you really don't have a bunch of data to configure on Trey Lance. He played 1 year in college, and then he didn't play again, and then he was drafted 2 years later. Not much is out there on Trey Lance, so he still, in my opinion, he still has a one up. It's just he has to come out and perform and show that okay, the game he lost and the game he was losing in the first year of the season, in the first part of the season, isn't who he is. He's more than just a mobile running quarterback. He can spin the ball and all that too, and that's the things of which I think. So it's a slippery slope, I think, with Trey Lance, but we're going to see without a doubt. That probably we need because I think Ward is going to leave. I think Ward is going to end up in well, I would say I think Ward would end up in Houston, but Houston already has some pretty good tandems there in when it comes to a cornerback. So that might not be the case. So I mean, it all, like I said, it's all up in all. It's no telling what those outcomes will be. Of course, look forward to it. But ideally, like you're saying, with all start this conversation, San Francisco, I don't think in any way, form, or fashion is going to bring back Jimmy Garoppolo. Unless it just comes down to where they look at it and it's like there's nothing on the market, and there's like, you know what, they're going to pay him, but of course they bring him back. That's mean they're bringing him back to play him as the starter, and that means I'm very sure he's not signing a long-term deal. He's not going to sign a 2-year contract and free agency to make that. He's going to make less than what they will for franchise tagging him. So it makes no sense. I don't foresee that happening. What else we got? We talked about. Oh well, earlier we was talking about Tom Brady as a GOAT, right? So in the grand scheme of things, when you look at Tom Brady as the GOAT and he's gone, Do you think that it affects the current market for quarterbacks? Since we talk about quarterback, is Tom Brady being gone? Does that affect the market in any case, form, or fashion for when we talk about quarterbacks? Like we was talking about earlier, Derek Carr is expected to be around. Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield. Although I think the Rams are going to sign Baker Mayfield as a backup, unless someone else comes calling for him. You have quarterbacks coming in in the draft. Jimmy Garoppolo, another person, potentially, maybe Aaron Rodgers available, possibly. Does that him being out affect the quarterback market at all? Me personally, I don't think so. I don't think he has any bearing on it. Like, it's not like Tom Brady is that dude who everyone is going after. He's not like, he doesn't have Deshaun Watson qualities to where everyone, once Deshaun Watson was available, people were clamoring to get their hands on Deshaun Watson. That's not the case. I don't even, honestly, Anthony, this might not be popular opinion. I don't even think people would be clamoring for Lamar. I think it would only be a small amount of individuals that, if Lamar Jackson became available, would be trying to get their hands on him. The Ravens are not going to let Lamar Jackson walk. They might franchise tag him for a year to see where he's at. And if he comes back, he can start playing well, they'll go ahead and pay him in the mid-season. Technically he doesn't negotiate during the season. So I think that would be the case. Or unless they do just like anything else, they'll franchise tag him to keep him in the building. And then before the beginning of the regular season, they'll go ahead and already give him his deal and pay him his money. So I don't think that's a situation where everyone's seeing what Lamar is going to do. Yeah, so like LaDon said, I don't think Lamar's going anywhere. Jimmy D definitely. If Aaron Rodgers hits the market, or if Aaron Rodgers is discussed that he is able to be traded, or that it comes out that the Green Bay Packers have granted Aaron Rodgers the opportunity to look for a trade partner, then those are different things, and that's going to become a whole different play on everything. So we'll see. It remains to be seen, of course. But I know Jimmy's gone. Lamar's staying. In my opinion, Aaron stays. Unless someone offers something hella good. Like, what do you think is good compensation for Aaron Rodgers? Pros and cons. Pro, he's just 1 year removed from being a 2-time back-to-back MVP caliber quarterback. Con, he has a $60 million price tag currently. He's getting older. You know what I'm saying? He's the age. I think Aaron Rodgers is like 36, 38 or something like that. Additionally, his attitude, I don't know how he is in the locker room. He's been in Green Bay all this time. Of course, he's developed a rapport with his locker room. Does he get that same respect if he goes to another team? We already know. Aaron doesn't like. He's not. So would Aaron take a pay cut to go somewhere else, to link up with somebody else? I think at this point, Aaron Rodgers feels like the only thing he can do is win another Super Bowl. It's not going to change anything. He's most likely a first ballot Hall of Famer. What else does that mean? So the only thing that changes is money in his pocket and his endorsements. So why does he need to take a pay cut? That might be his mindset. So, but I do agree, LaDonna, the relationship is strained, is broken. They threw that money at him to keep him, and they didn't do anything except for set them back, as well as possibly him, because now it might be hard for him to come up off. So he might have to actually retire to he might have to retire to be able to get an opportunity. So I'm not sure. Hold on for a second. They were talking about Aaron Rodgers leaving.
Jimmy G going to be maybe the best available QB, and Aaron Lamar isn't going anywhere. Why you don't think Lamar's going anywhere, LaDonna? Green Bay doesn't want him back. That relationship is broken. Why you feel like Lamar's not going anywhere? I don't know. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is staying in Green Bay, in my personal opinion. We're talking about 2 years and where things have been a little bit dismal in Green Bay because of the debacle with Aaron Rodgers. So I feel like that relationship is broken. Like you feel like, just like LaDonna says. So I don't think he stays in Green Bay. I know the Falcons are ready to give Lamar whatever it takes. They want him bad. I bet Atlanta do. But Lamar's probably due for a huge contract, though. In my opinion, I think he wants. Ravens may want him back, but you got to but there's so many other teams that want Lamar too. So that's why I don't see Lamar has options. And I think whatever the biggest price tag is where Lamar is going to end up, in my opinion. And like you said, you got you got Houston that probably could get him. You got Atlanta, like Nathan says, and LaDonna that could probably scoop him up. You have, if Aaron leaves Green Bay, that's another place Lamar could go. Yeah, once he stags, he's stuck. Yeah, he's stuck there. Facts. Lamar is happening. I mean, yeah, Lamar could go to a few different places, man. And I think whoever, like I said, when it comes down to the price tag, I think Lamar is going to pick whoever gives him the best price, and that's where he can end up. Like I said, Houston. If Aaron leaves, that puts Green Bay in the fold. You got who else? You got the Jets. You got a few teams out there that's willing to give Lamar what he's looking for. If Houston could snag Lamar, D'Amico would hit a gold mine in his first year. Facts, straight facts.
I don't think so, because he doesn't have. That would just be him. They don't have any weapons in Houston.
But this is the thing. Now they don't.
You put Lamar back in the same situation he just left.
No. If you snag Lamar, you still got draft picks. So you can get a receiver in the draft. That's the thing. You might not. Once you solidify a true QB out in Houston, and you don't need to use a pick to get a quarterback. Now you got a plethora of wide receivers you can choose from in the draft. They come more dime a dozen than you do quarterbacks. So now you got a plethora of receivers to pick from. I doubt Green Bay wants him. I see him in Texas. I'm just saying if Aaron doesn't go back to Green Bay,
Aaron's not going anywhere in state. Aaron's not going anywhere unless they come out unless someone's, like I was saying, what is compensation for Aaron Rodgers? A first round, second round, third round, couple of second round, third rounds.
Yeah.
Like, what is compensation for Aaron Rodgers?
Rodgers ain't going to Houston. They're too bad. Y'all say that, man.
I think Aaron, like I said, I think
y'all do realize, and we haven't talked about it, but y'all know Sean Payton is going out to Seattle. I mean, not Seattle, to Denver. Sean Payton's going out to Denver. You just don't know. Everybody thought Sean Payton was finna head to Dallas. Y'all don't know how these players are thinking. Y'all don't know how these head coaches are thinking. Let's be honest, not too many people enjoy playing in a cold Green Bay. The money got to be right. Lamar's already playing in a cold Baltimore. It ain't no different. And it really ain't no different. Playing in Baltimore and playing in Green Bay is pretty much the same as far as weather is concerned. I don't. It's in one in that drawer there. That drawer right there by the
In any case, speaking of that, do you think DeMarco Ryans is what Houston needed?
Yeah, they need a coach. They need a good solidified coach first. Yep. I do feel like they need a good seasoned coach first. I do. Russell, I truly think was the reason
think
coaches left on Denver's job.
You think the same thing for is the same thing as the reason for same thing for Sean Payton?
What? That he's the answer
coach,
for Denver?
Yeah, he's the answer in Denver.
We'll see.
When you think about it, Russell Wilson is not Drew Brees. Wilson is not Drew Brees, so I don't see what the whole hoopla is about Sean Payton going there. Russell Wilson is not Drew Brees.
In regards to what numbers? That's about it.
As in regards to the same type of quarterback.
But I'm thinking when it's all said and done, it's what numbers? Both of them. Drew Brees only been to one Super Bowl. Russell's been to two. 1-1. Drew Brees only won. Drew Brees just got numbers. That's what he has. He's only had one Super Bowl appearance, though. Russ has two. You're mainly talking about numbers when it comes to between Russell and
I don't think
Drew.
they mesh well. I don't think they're gonna mesh well. Because I'm thinking about so when you look at it, right? Well, maybe so because Russell is closer to Taysom Hill than he is Drew Brees.
No,
as a type of quarterback, I'm saying the type of quarterback.
No, Russell ain't got that type of athleticism as Taysom Hill.
I'm talking about as being a mobile quarterback.
Oh yeah, but Russell's more like a. Russell reminds me of a Donovan McNabb more so, a type of mobile quarterback.
That's just
not a huge. That's not. Donovan wasn't a huge running threat like that. Yeah, he could run the ball and get it down the field if he needed to, but like he's not that dude. Really? I haven't heard that. Yeah, I think Tampa Bay or San Francisco can rent him. What? A-Rod is definitely thinking about the environment for his next move. I can definitely see a sunny weather place for a talented roster. That's what, hey, that's what the GOAT did, huh? He left New England, went out to Tampa Bay. He said, which is another team that's available. That's another team. Lamar go out to Tampa Bay? Boy.
That's not happening.
A-Rod out to Tampa Bay now that
that might happen. Yeah, that might.
Now that the GOAT is gone, boy.
Would you say that Hassan Reddick is the NFL's most underrated player?
Underrated? No, I think they give him his just due. I think they give him his just due. I do. I feel like they give him his just due. I do. I think he receives he's valid, and they've made sure that people know who he is, especially Purdy, which I tried to let everybody know who that dude was. You know what I'm saying? He has Purdy's vote. Woo, he do. And Johnson. Don't forget he got Johnson's vote too, because he put both them cats out. He put both of them out. Both of them.
Are you checking out the events today, Bishop?
Well, something is today, ain't it? The
Pro Bowl.
All-Stars, yeah. Well, the game ain't today though.
Well, no, the Pro Bowl, the game is on Sunday.
But they do it
today. They kick off with the
nonsense.
First is the first round of best. The first thing is the best round of the first catch or the best catch, to where you're gonna have AFC is gonna be represented by Pat Surtain, the second, and Stephon Diggs, and the NFC is gonna be represented by Amon St. Brown and Justin Jefferson.
Really not fair. It's not fair because we don't have nobody in it because we got another game to play. It's not fair.
We have precision passing as well, to where the quarterbacks will be performing. Trevor Lawrence, Tyler Huntley, and Derek Carr are the quarterbacks for the AFC. The NFC.
Carr in it because he's trying to get a job. That's what he's trying to do. Carr in it because he's trying to get a job. Go ahead. Who else?
Kirk Cousins, Geno Smith, and Jared Goff are the quarterbacks for the NFC.
NFC. Okay. That might be good.
again today also the longest drive, which is basically will show players prowess of driving a golf ball. So
I don't even know how that even comes into play.
so Justin Tucker, Jordan Poyer, C.J. Mosley, Marlon Humphreys, and Matt Judon will represent the AFC. The NFC will be represented by Zadarius Smith, T.J. Hawkinson, Duran Payne, Tress Way, and Jonathan Allen. And then last, the lightning round is going to be, of course, players competing in a three-part elimination challenge. First, the splash catch. After the splash catch, it'll be the jugs punt catch, and then last after that would be the thrill of the spill, which is a huge amount of people. You have Quentin Williams, Mitch Morris, Joe Bettini, Pat Surtain III, Larry Tunsil, Ben Jones, Jamal Agnew, Justin Hardy, Bradley Chubb, Roger Safford, Matt Milano, Jeffrey Simmons, Wyatt Teller, Derrick Henry, Deion Watkins, Patrick Ricard, Cam Hayward, Trey Henderson, Terran Armstead, and Xavier Howard representing the AFC. And for the NFC, Elton Jenkins, Trenton Williams, Daniel Hunter, Tyler Beadass, Zach Martin, Dexter Lawrence, Quandre Diggs, Tafala Hafunga. Oh, he made the Pro Bowl. DeMarcus Lawrence, Tristan Wirfs, Fred Warner, Terry McLaurin, Cam Jordan, Penny Sewell, Jeremy Reeves, Cavante Turpin, Brian Burns, Chris Lindstrom, Buda Baker, and Frank Ragnow representing the NFC for that. And then, of course, last but not least, I think today's last event will be the dodgeball event. And then after that, Sunday, you have kick-tack-toe, and then the flag football game to be played. So it all kicks off today, as well as today we will find out the teams for the what the teams are for the rookie Rising Star Challenge. As of course, today we will find out the roster reserved for the All-Star game, to where sometimes next week we will be able to do our selections. And I can put together, once I figure it out, I can put together my strategy and figure out what your strategy will be.
You can't figure out my strategy, bro.
I'll figure out your strategy, guy. I could probably already tell you what your strategy was. I can already tell you what your first pick is going to probably be.
Okay, who's my first pick going to be?
Well, if you win the coin toss.
Who's my first pick? If I win the coin toss, who was my first pick, bro?
Your first pick is going to be KD. I don't foresee any way, form, or fashion in which it probably would have been easier had KD been the top vote. But now, because Giannis is your top, is on your squad, I think your first pick is KD.
Okay. Bless you. Okay.
And only because you want to block me.
Why would I want to block you? It doesn't matter. Whatever my squad is, my squad is going to win, regardless. Whoever, when I pick my squad's going to win.
Just wait. So
but now keep in mind when y'all heard that at 10:23, he said I'm picking KD just to block him. Keep that in mind. Don't let that sink in. Y'all timestamp that. Y'all let that sink in, because Trey think he's slick. Trey is not slick, bro. I don't know Trey too long. Y'all let that sink in. I'm
playing chess over here.
I've been playing chess. It's never been checkers. I've been playing chess. I'm playing Chinese chess.
So I've already sit up and looked at my. I've already sit up and got my point. Like, I'm already 3 steps ahead of you. Whatever pick you got, I got some of the stuff. So I already got a plethora of people which I'm looking at going to pick.
Me too.
Based off who you're going to get. If I get first pick, it's over. I'm just letting you know. If I get first pick, it's over. You might as well go ahead and cancel. It's over.
It's never over. It's never over.
I already got my first pick. You know what I'm saying? I already got who I. Well, I
remember at 10:23. Remember what he stated. Remember what he stated. I want y'all to keep that in mind.
I I even found the perfect person to moderate that day for us, so that way I can just concentrate on out picking you at the perfect time. So
Okay, make sure y'all tune in. Y'all all tune in. Everybody that's on here, LaDonna, Nathan, Anthony, all of y'all tune in.
matter of
Calvin,
fact, let's
y'all
let's
make
set a
sure
date. Let's set a date. Let's set a
y'all
date
make
for
sure
it.
y'all tune in and y'all
Let's set a
see
date.
what it is.
Let me see.
What it
There
says.
be so
Oh,
go 3
okay.
rounds to pick their head coach. Let's set a date, bitch. So when would you like to do it next week? We can set a date.
I don't think it matters.
You got the 6th, the 7th, the 8th, the 9th, the 10th. Where do you think?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter when you the GOAT. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. We need to see the flip. Yeah, that part, Anthony.
It's going. Everything is good. It's like I said. I'm not. I've selected the best person to sit up, and I simply came across somebody that we're going to welcome to the show on that day, and they're going to moderate our pick off, our draft off, or whatever you want to say. So
don't matter what day, bro. Just let me know. I'm there. I'm there. Just like the Eagles are there in the Super Bowl. I'm there. I'm there.
I can't wait till they beat the brakes off y'all.
Yeah, they not. It's not gonna happen, bro. Patrick Mahomes is finna have a Russell Wilson type Super Bowl.
Matter of fact, Don, your birthday is February 9th. We'll do it on February the 9th.
What's that, a Thursday?
Thursday. Next Thursday. Next Thursday.
Week from today.
Week from today. Next Thursday, we'll have the pick off. 7, I won't shoot you the information. February 9th is going down.
February 9th is going down. Thank you, LaDonna. He needs to see that. He needs to see that. Thank you, LaDonna. He needs to see that. That's why I said this is going to be Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson Super Bowl. His Russell Wilson's second Super Bowl. Not his first, because he won his first. Second. This is something somebody asked.
It's going to be Patrick Mahomes' second Super Bowl. It's going to be Jalen Hurts' first Super Bowl appearance.
But it's going to be Patrick Mahomes' second
Super Bowl win.
No. He's going to repeat what Russell Wilson did. I'm telling you.
No. What, throw an interception on the goal line?
I don't know if he throw an interception. He's just going to lose. Like he's just going to lose. Who wins this game, Trey?
Let me see. Let me open up my screen. This game is won by...
Who wins this game? Anybody on here? Nathan, Anthony, LaDonna, Calvin. Who wins this game? Eagles defense is coming from home. Thank you, LaDonna. Let him know. He didn't believe that when the 49ers showed up.
Stop it. Don't you dare.
You didn't. You kept talking about. You kept talking about. You didn't.
I didn't.
Right.
Y'all caught lightning in the bottle. That's
here
all
we
I'm
go
saying.
with the lightning in the bottle.
Lightning in the bottle. That's
all he kept saying, LaDonna. I know you wasn't here. 31-27 Chiefs. Okay, got it. All he kept saying, who got the number one defense? I said it don't matter. Who got more sacks? Y'all may be number one in some categories. We ain't number one in other categories. And y'all got the number one defense. But whose defense showed up more? That part. Anthony Price says, right, MJ and KD easy. Thank you, Don. I like it. Eagles went by 3 for the win. I like it. MJ, KD, and Kyrie. I hear you, Nathan.
I'm telling mama on you.
LaDonna, 34-10 Eagles. I love it. Ooh, LaDonna. I knew I liked you. This is a hard one. Is it?
Thank you, Anthony, but don't say nothing. Bishop, they won.
Defense was on the field all game.
Hats off to the Philadelphia
Whose
Eagles.
defense was on the field all game?
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Whose defense was on the field all game?
The Coop. Fly away.
Whose defense was on the field all game? I just want to know.
49ers defense.
What? Whose fault is that?
Don't worry.
Okay. I won't. I'll wait.
Who
wins? Who wins this 3-on-3?
the Kobe team. Anything
you.
that's against yours, it's the Kobe team.
I figured you would say that. I figured you would say that. Yeah, I figured you would say that. It's definitely not the Kobe team.
You got Steph as a floor spacer. People will have to come out and guard him 40 feet, which opens up the floor for LeBron and Kobe to operate. LeBron could put Jordan
Who on that
hip.
team? Who on that team can stop KD? Don't worry, I'll wait.
Who can stop
LeBron.
KD?
Yes,
LeBron
on that
start KD.
Are you freaking serious?
Yes.
Man,
in a 3-on-3, because LeBron can stop KD.
MJ, thank you, LaDonna. This dude here, he's so upset that his 49ers, bro. He don't worry about it. That's why I put it up there, because I figured he would say that. But we all know that right team is victorious. There's no way. Mad love for Steph and the Black Mamba. But who on that team gonna stop KD?
KD is gonna stop LeBron stopping KD.
No, he's not. Okay, then who's gonna stop Michael? If LeBron gonna stop KD, who's gonna stop Michael? And please don't say Kobe.
Kobe.
We've seen that's not gonna happen, bro. That's not gonna happen. That is not gonna happen, bro. The difference will be Curry versus Kyrie. That is probably the biggest difference right there. You're right. That is the difference out of this whole. But no. But I mean, it breathes well. I put it up because I knew he would say the Laker team, because it's two Lakers over there. So I expected that. The Mamba is the best. The Mamba is a beast on defense. If he picks KD up before the 3-point line, he will lock him. No, I don't think so, bro. You do know Kobe's 6'6". KD 6'11". He's shooting over KD. He's shooting over Kobe every time. You do know that, right? He's 6'11". He's shooting over Kobe every time. Every time. If Kobe comes out on KD, he's shooting over Kobe every time at 6'11". And Kobe's 6'6", 6'7". Don't do that, bro. Stop it. Jordan wins. Kyrie can guard Steph in a 3-on-3 full court. Steph will run Kyrie in circles and get open. That's why I said before the 3-point line, he will be forced to pass. Bruh, he's 6'11". He is not forced to pass. When have you seen KD being forced to pass on a 6'6" guy? That's not going to happen, bro. KD will give Bron premium work in half court. Bron can't rim run in half court. Facts. The best matchup out of these two is probably Kyrie and Steph. Then it would be Kobe and Michael.
You know what, Coach Cal? Speaking of work, Jason Tatum gave work to the Nets last night.
We didn't have KD.
No, you did not. You did not just say y'all didn't have KD.
Did we have KD? Did we have KD?
Did we have KD?
Against Boston, yes. Against Boston, yes. Against y'all, no. Against Boston, yes. We sure did.
The disrespect.
Yes. Against y'all, no. Against
why not against us? That's why not against us.
Because y'all didn't have LeBron nor AD, so we didn't need
exactly.
Him. So we won without him. But you mean to tell me we're gonna try to stop
44-13 at
we're gonna try to stop Tatum. We're gonna try to stop Tatum, Brown, and what's his bro? Ain't no way with just Kyrie. There's no way. I didn't expect us to win that game. Come on, bro.
Kyrie,
that ain't
20 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Cam Thomas, 19 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists. Joe Harris, 12 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Royce Neal, 7 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. 6 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist from Watanabe. 4 points from Patty Mills. 3 points, 2 assists from Ed Sumner. Markieff Morris, no points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Nick Claxton, 9.6 rebounds, 2 assists. Seth Curry, 7 points, 1 assist. Deron Sharp 9.7 rebounds. No no Ben Simmons.
We didn't even have Ben Simmons either. Oh my God! Like we really was supposed to win. Really?
Yes.
We didn't even have Ben. Come on, bro.
We almost won.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the foul.
Oh,
Why couldn't y'all?
Here we go with the foul. Didn't y'all get beat Didn't y'all get beat? Y'all almost won. But y'all didn't y'all have LeBron and KD and AD?
Yes, because LeBron got
and y'all
fouled.
Still lost though. And y'all still lost though, right? And like all the analysts been saying, stop talking about a foul. When it's all said and done, the game was tied. The foul is irrelevant now. The game is tied. Y'all still had a second chance to get a win, and y'all still lost it because y'all went into overtime.
We was losing in overtime because of the technical foul.
What ain't what technical foul?
They gave Patrick Beverly a technical foul for the cameras.
Stupid behind to come out there with a camera. Get out of here, bro. Y'all had a chance to win, and y'all had all three of y'all players. All three. Y'all had all three of y'all players. We had Kyrie.
Jason Tatum, 31 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists.
And
Jaylen Brown, 26 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists.
Y'all was supposed to win.
Al Horford, 9 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. 16 points,
they got a forehead
9 rebounds.
Come on,
16 points, 9 rebounds from Robert Williams. Derek Williams, 14 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. Malcolm Brogdon,
and we played in
10 points,
Boston.
4 assists. Luke Cornett, 12 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. 8 points from Sam Hauser. Blake Griffin, they didn't get any points. Justin Jackson, Peyton Pritchard, 5 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. The camera move was great. AD check engine light comes on at the end of the Knicks game. Came on at the end of the Knicks game.
Come on, bro. Was we really supposed to win that game? Hell no.
Yes, you were. You were expected to potentially win a game.
No, that was not. No, we were not. Nobody had us winning that game.
48-16 in the first quarter.
And all we got is Kyrie.
So had y'all won, what would have been your rhetoric?
It wouldn't have been no rhetoric. I'd have been like, there's no way we should have won that game. That would have been my rhetoric. There's no way we should have won that game with just Kyrie. And they got 4 pretty much all-stars. Really?
40 blown out by 43 points.
There's no way. It should have been blown out by more than that. But what's y'all excuse? Y'all had y'all players.
We coming.
No, I said, what is y'all excuse for losing? And didn't y'all lose on y'all court?
No, we was in Boston.
When y'all played the other night, when that foul? No, y'all was in LA. Don't try it. You tried it though. Y'all was in LA. Don't try it.
It was in Boston. Because remember I said Boston, because Boston got the call. They're called in Boston. And they got the referee that they said the Boston is 36-2 with. It was in Boston. It was in TD Gardens.
Hold on.
Come on. LeBron is missing that call in LA.
We beat y'all by what? 18 points? 17
18?
points?
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
And then y'all got drugged. It's we're coming. Don't worry. We are coming. Just wait.
Either way, y'all lost too. And y'all was in y'all had all y'all players. We had Kyrie.
We didn't have all our players, but we had the majority.
Who was y'all missing?
Austin Reeves and Lonnie Walker the fourth.
Were they factors? Are they factors?
Yes, they are factors. Yes, they're huge factors.
So why they weren't factors against us then?
They didn't play then either. Or they was just coming back. They just came back from injury.
So it didn't matter then. Either whether they was in or out, it didn't matter. AD and LeBron was out, y'all lost. AD and LeBron was in, y'all lost. It wouldn't matter.
We played against the officials. You
for
one.
God.
You for one. No.
Here we go with the official, man.
Official. You for one. Official.
Yes.
Know how y'all take games over, or have the ability to take a game over.
We have.
But
the thing of the matter is, again, when it's all said and done, it was a tie game at the end of regulation. Therefore, y'all went into overtime, which gave y'all another opportunity.
We was down by 2 in the regulation.
Y'all still had an opportunity to win, and y'all didn't. Still. You got Patrick Beverly running out there.
It's hard when you got to play against it's hard to play against the team and the officials. We know
Ben Simmons was going to do anything. Right. I mean, come Come on, man. AD. Oh man, come on, man.
Don't worry, we have to give us Ben. Y'all can have Patrick. Give us Ben.
Y'all, yeah, man, that's cool. I mean, like I said, it's a fair trade. It ain't like it's gonna be it ain't like nobody's getting an advantage. Nobody. But yes, Boston's supposed to beat us, man. Boston, this is the team that was in the finals last year. Of course they beat us. It's supposed to beat us. We ain't got nobody. But Kyrie, he tried to do the best he could with by himself. But he did enough when we played them Lakers, though, didn't he? Did enough when he played them Lakers, though.
That's cool.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. There's no fun when the rabbit got the gun. Let go.
The Golden State Warriors faced off against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Golden State loses to the score of 119 to 114. They were led by Steph Curry's 29 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 assists. 14.6 rebounds from Klay Thompson. Andrew Wiggins, 16.7 rebounds, 3 assists. 10 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists from Draymond Green. 10 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds from Jonathan Kuminga. For the Timberwolves, they were led 3 players in 20 plus points. D'Angelo Russell, 29 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. 27.6 rebounds, 5 assists from Anthony Edwards. 24 points, 13 rebounds, and 4 assists from Naz Reid. 9 points apiece, Jaden McDaniels and Kyle Anderson. Kyle Anderson contributing with 12 rebounds as well. And 10 points from Austin Rivers, 4 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists. Teron Prince, 5 points, as well as Jay Noel, 5 points. As they get the overtime win, 114 to 119 for the Timberwolves. That loss puts Golden State just 1 game above 500. The Timberwolves holding on just barely with a 28-26 record as they continue to fight in the West. Ben Simmons is always out. That man needs to help Kyrie by dying inside.
That part, bro. I've been saying that for the longest, bro.
You think he's Kyrie is like, yo, you know what I'm saying? They keep on, or it's getting to the point they're getting tired of the whole Ben Simmons thing. They're over it now.
Probably, I'm sure. I know KD sitting on the sideline like, man, when did this dude like, golly, last year was this, now it's this shit. Like, come on, man. Last year you was mental, now this year, what is it? Can we get something out of you? Harden over there playing in Philly, can we get something out of you? Anything? Can we get anything out of you?
Said Kyrie is about out of sage.
I know that's right, bro. I know that's right, Cal.
So Ben Simmons ain't trash. I don't think Ben Simmons is trash. I just think he's not in the right situation right now.
So he wasn't in the right situation in Philly. Now he ain't in the right situation.
So he was in the right situation in Philly. He just wasn't in the.
He didn't want to be there no more. So he ain't in the right situation.
That's what I'm saying. He didn't want to be there anymore, but it was the best situation for him because I mean that's where he thrived at for the most part. Him going to Brooklyn wasn't a good look. If he going to New York, it wouldn't be a good look. If he went to LA, it wouldn't be a good look. All because those are places where ridicule reigns heavy because the media and the market. I think Ben needs to be somewhere where there's not a large market at. So that way it's like, so I think Ben would be key in somewhere like Golden State, Sacramento, Washington. Where else?
How could he be? How could Toronto? He be, you just said he don't need to be in a market that has like prime players.
I'm not prime players. The market is the media isn't the prime. It's not a huge market. So Toronto, stuff like that, I think is where he fair at, where he doesn't have to worry about the ridicule that's going to be brought down on him because he's in that market. He was doing that in Philadelphia until it started falling apart with him and his teammates, and it just went down from there. So he needs to get back in that type of market. Him being in Brooklyn is not too far. You would think it would be good, but I mean, you got KD and Kyrie there. That brings on this. So you would think, oh, he's supposed to be this player. They're looking for the player from years ago, and he's not that person right now. He's not there mentally, I think, still. So if that's the case, then Dak ain't the right market either.
Tell me, Tell him again, Andre.
True that, Cal. Every NBA franchise wants to win, and the fact, yes, but the pressure will be there. But the type of pressure is the difference. In my opinion, it's the type of pressure, and he's not in that ideal. He's not in the ideal place to where he can absorb that, or saying he's just sitting on them where he sit up and look at like people talking about he's trash, all because he won't shoot. He knows his limits. Like Bishop, if you can't shoot threes, are you shooting a three?
No,
Because you're open. Because you're open.
No. Oh, because I'm open. Well, I mean, if I'm open, I'm gonna take a chance because obviously, if I take a chance,
more chances, it's possible you miss.
Yeah, I could hit it, and that way, and if I hit it, that's possibly now may force the defense to come out on me. Because most defenses, if you're a big man like Ben Simmons, he's considered a big man in a way. If you shoot most big men, most defenders will allow a big man like him to shoot threes, especially Ben, because they ain't expecting him to shoot. Yeah, so they're gonna be all in the paint waiting for the rebound. But if you start knocking a couple of them jokers down, guess what? That's gonna pull that defender out some. Now that opens up the lane for people like Kyrie to go to the rack. You know what I'm saying? Other people to start taking the ball to the rim. KD, when he playing, take the ball to the rim. But if you're not shooting at all, why? Right, it's not required. I totally agree. Threes are not required from his position. A 10 to 12 foot shot is not too much to ask for, to let alone a 3-footer. That part, I get it, and I totally agree.
Coach Cal, have you had a player like that before, Coach Cal, in your years of coaching that didn't pull the trigger at certain times, and you wonder like what are they doing?
Yeah, I think everybody has had somebody that was like that.
No 6-year-old that shoot better from the floor than him.
I do too.
Y'all are savage.
I saw a girl the other day shooting the lights out.
See, he told you, Coach Cal said yes. LO, I had a guy that I threatened to bench.
Everybody done had a player like that. What are you out there for if you're afraid to shoot the ball?
Because you got to know your parameters. Like, you got to know, okay, what's the likelihood of me? Okay, I get if you're open, but if you're open, they're leaving you open for a reason.
But so let me ask you,
you're not effective or you're not going to shoot. One of the two if they do their scouting. So yes, he's not going to shoot. I get it.
But let me ask you this: so you say you 6'9", right? Mm-hmm. You 6'9", you basically a 4. You're at the 4 position, and you find yourself in the paint a lot. You're always in the paint. You find yourself in the paint. Dude was posting clips of himself scoring 30 in recreation league and passing up shots in all military posts. That's crazy. That is crazy. So you a 6'9", you a 4. You labeled as a 4. You're a 4,
mm-hmm.
and you 6'9", mm-hmm. which most 4s are probably 6'10" and above at least. Most 4s, the majority of 4s are 6'10" and above for the most part. You find yourself
not my 2K player, but go ahead.
But yeah, but you find yourself in the paint a lot. And
yes,
you find yourself in the paint a lot,
and you try to get everything punched. Yes.
Yeah. You try to shoot on 6'11" and above.
And it's funny because I don't shoot now. Think about it. I don't shoot now. Like I don't shoot. I don't shoot. I don't even shoot the 3-pointer now because it's like I'm. So think about it. We live this whenever we get on 2K together. I don't shoot now because when I try to shoot, I get it punched.
But
and so now I'm passing away passes
because you're trying to shoot on skyscrapers. Don't try and shoot on skyscrapers. I don't try to shoot on skyscrapers. I know like you say, know your limits. If you know you 6'9" and everybody you face it is 6'10" and above,
I'm not even 6'9".
Bro, you gotta get spacing. You have to allow spacing so you can get your shot.
They close out is something serious.
That too, I agree. Totally agree with that. That closeout is
like y'all don't understand the life I have to live with playing with these dudes. Like I don't know for whatever reason I'm the smallest person on the court. I'm the smallest person on the court, and yet they continue to put me at the
Andre.
4. I don't get it.
Yes,
I'm not. I'm not Simmons on 2K. I shoot. I just get it blocked. I try to draw the foul.
He's right. He does shoot. He shoots. He does shoot. He shoots sometimes when he probably shouldn't shoot, but he always trying to shoot up bust the towers, bro. Like it looked like.
At that point, they put me at the 4. I ain't got no choice.
Jam? Y'all seen the Michael Jordan Space Jams, right? Y'all remember the Monster?
It's a confidence thing. He got LeBron mindset on steroids in terms of deferring for the better shot.
When they was playing against the little Bugs Bunny, how the Monstars was killing before Michael came. That's exactly how Trey be looking, man. That's how Trey be looking when he's trying to shoot over the Monstars, because that's all being.
I need the
His
stuff.
Monstars, bro, and he getting his stuff thrown like through the bleachers. They take it to your turn. He tried it on you, my turn, your turn, my turn. Trey just gotta get. He just gotta get. You gotta get that spacing. Gotta get that spacing, bro. The thing is, what Trey ain't realized yet is, don't try to shoot over him. Try to run past him and get by him, because he got speed over him. Even though they're taller, they're not fast as his man is. So get by him fast, get to the rim quicker. And you pick the correct dunks that they can't block. Like them front, it's the front double clutch dunks. Those are hard to block because the ball's in front of you. Unless they in front of you, that's a hard dunk to block. If they behind you, they can't block that without going through you, because it's a front clutch dunk. So you bringing it up, bringing it back down, and bringing it back up to dunk. So that's a hard dunk to block. Those are the dunks you need when you're small amongst monsters. Quick drops, stuff like that. Yes. Stuff like that. You got to get separation. Catch them off guard, catch them stumbling, bumbling, and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Ankle breakers. I can't jump if they broke.
I had Giant Slayer, but of course it's different in the rec run, because ain't no one trying to sit and give me the opportunity to get in the post like that, especially as a smallest person. So what's the point of doing shooting drills and making videos shooting 3-pointers
if you're not going to take them? Absolutely, Calvin. I totally agree with you. You keep them jumps out in your pocket to use as needed. You need reps and rhythm. Totally agree with you, bro. We don't need to see that. We right. You don't see Zion Williams doing. You see Zion Williams doing amazing dunks in practice, showing that his leg had got better. All of that, he was recovering from his injuries. He applies that in games. He goes in the game, do 360s, same dunks he doing in practice and warm-ups, and that we saw when he was rehabbing. He comes and he applies it into an NBA game. That's not what Ben doing. Ben said, I'm gonna say that for 2K. I'm gonna wait. When I get home, I'm gonna play on 2K. I'm just practicing. I want people to see what I can do on 2K. Pick my bill. Ain't nobody picking your bill, Ben. Trash bill. Ben might as well just get on the track and run. Yeah, keep his cardio up. That's all Ben out there for, cardio. Ben should be in the greatest shape, because that's all he got is cardio. Great cardio. Because that's all Ben is doing is running.
Y'all know he has back problems.
Oh my God, bro. I mean, I'm not knocking him if he do. If he has back problem, that is true. That is what it is. I know how it is to feel to have back problems. I got him, so I know what it is. It can be very, very, very hindering to anything in which you do. But, however, I need him to do more. He's a NBA player who plays like he should be playing on in Ice Cube's league. I'm just saying. Those benches aren't comfortable as much as he set out. That part, bro. Like this is pretty much crazy.
Oh, that's some BS. But tonight, of course, is a slate of games tonight. 7 games exactly. Lakers being hosted by the Indiana Pacers. Memphis being hosted by the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Miami Heat hosted by the New York Knicks. The Charlotte Hornets hosted by the Chicago Bulls. The Denver Nuggets hosting the Golden State Warriors. Milwaukee Bucks to host. You think that's the game of the night?
Mm-hmm. That's one of the games.
Milwaukee Bucks to host the Clippers, and then of course the Dallas Mavericks hosting the New Orleans Pelicans.
Those are the 2 games of the night. Pelicans, Mavericks, Warriors, Nuggets. Those are the 2 games of the night. Those are the 2 games of the night. Those are gonna be 2 good games right there. The Warriors and Nuggets and the Pelicans and Mavericks. 2 good games. 2 real good games. Are we gonna see a Ja Morant showing? Yes, we probably will. Versus Dirk. my bad. Versus what's his name? So Joker playing versus the Warriors and Steph and Clay, and then you got man, why I can't think of his boy name, the dude name. Luka Doncic. Oh, I couldn't think of Luka's name for nothing. Luka Doncic. Pelicans flying out today after having to wait due to the ice storm. Perfect.
Yeah, it was locked here. So, what do you think of Luka Doncic, Bishop? What's your take on Luka Doncic
in regards to what?
Just him as a player.
I mean, he's great. He's a good player, man. I mean, you gotta get him just when just due. The man can ball. He can ball, and when he's on, he on. And it's hard to stop him.
Where will you put him in this? In the top 10 right now, top 5. If he's in the top 5? Is he in your top 5?
Yeah, he gotta be, man. Yeah, he gotta be. Yeah.
Who's your top 5 right now? If you should say in the NBA,
top 5 in the NBA right now would be. Let me see. It would probably be injury or not injury.
Yeah, regardless, just your current.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So if that's the case, top players would be for me would be KD. No, in no particular order though.
Mm-hmm.
KD, Luka, Joker, Tatum, and to round out my top 5, bro, it would have to be Ja. Mm-hmm. Yes, he does, Calvin. He does. But somebody just said they just picked up somebody. That Dallas just picked up somebody.
Yeah, it was Calvin said they picked up Silva. I guess
Silva. That's it. Silva. Yes.
To pick up the slack for him.
Yeah. Those would be. Who's your top 5?
In no particular order, Luka, LeBron, KD, Giannis. It's really a toss-up between Giannis and Jokic.
Yeah, and I was about to say too with Calvin, Jokic and Joker and Giannis. Yeah, right there. Like they, in my opinion, they tied for one of the 5. In my opinion, Joker and Giannis are definitely tied. In my opinion, not leaving them because I can't forget about Greek Freak at all. Cannot. I truly, I agree to that. I agree. Giannis, KD, Luka, Joker, and Tatum. I like it. You put Giannis in and you took off Ja.
Yeah, I think Ja is like next would be the top 10. I don't know if he's for me the top 5. Tatum, Ja can flip based on month.
That part. Yeah, facts. I agree to that, Cal. I totally agree to that. Whatever month it is, them two could flip back and forth. I totally agree to that. 100%.
So, of course, that's our time for today. Y'all, of course, tune in tomorrow, Friday. We'll be talking about what's been going on in today's games in the Pro Bowl. For the Pro Bowl, I think they start at 3 o'clock.
Is that what I was about to ask you? What time it start?
Or is that 2? I think they start at 2. So
2 our time?
Yeah, 2 our time, Central Time, Standard Time. Oh. So you'll be able to catch that and take a look at that, see what's going on, have some content to talk about tomorrow. The likes, the dislikes, if it's going to be something, if it's too gimmicky and all that type of stuff. Of course, the games is going to be going on. The NBA trade deadline is coming around 1 week away. Ryu Hachimura seems to be a good move for the Lakers.
Oh my God!
Seems to have been a good move for the Lakers. So we'll see what else can they pull off potentially with a week in time frame. What is there any blockbusters coming up. Maybe we pull that up. At some point, we got to start talking about the draft, Bishop, and what
That
they
part
what the
coming up
teams are looking for.
What is that in April?
Kuiper,
When is that
yes,
in April, right?
yes, because
No, so when
Kuiper.
is the combine? Combine is
Oh,
when?
you know what? That's
The
I
combine
have to look.
first.
We probably
Yeah,
have
the
to go over
combine
that.
first.
Pull up the calendar for the season as we get
20.
ready to move out of the NFL, moving to the USFL, the XFL, March Madness. I've already put in my bid to go volunteer to work at the March Madness in Houston. So be there for that. So there's a lot going on, and we're going to be able to tap into some of it tomorrow. We greatly appreciate y'all rocking.
The 27th is the combine. The 27th of April is the combine.
Okay, and so
I'm sorry, that's the NFL. No, that's the NFL. I'm sorry, that's the NFL draft is the 27th of April. That's not the combine.
So the combine should be in March.
The combine is.
Or is the combine after?
Normally, it's like a month before. March. Oh, okay, the 2023 NFL Tuesday, February the 28th through March the 6th. So
the combine is next month.
It's this month. End of this month. So yeah, it's normally a month before the actual NFL draft, a month and a half actually. So the combine is for the end of this month. So it's like 5-6 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 28th of February to the 6th of March. So
it's about down. So we finna get to talking about it. We'll be hearing more. I'm ready for March. I don't want to hear the celebrations of the Super Bowl. LOL, get the NFL draft. Get to the NFL
draft. I bet you do. I bet you do. No, I bet you don't.
Free agency, all that's going down. Y'all know where to find it. Talk about it. So check in tomorrow. Holla at us. We greatly appreciate y'all pulling up. We'll talk to y'all tomorrow.
Y'all be easy. Peace. Sorrow 5 Military Fraternity Incorporated. Y'all have a great day. Peace.